Goeiemorgen, good morning, bonjour, konnichiwa, sawubona. During the cooperative championship, there always is a huge rush to get more reputation points. Everybody's trying to do more missions so that they can get more reputation points. Often, lower level players wish that they could just get to the place where they can unlock the Stackmaster so that they can do more missions, or perhaps upgrade the powerhouse so that they can use it more often to improve their harvests for pigs and milk, or perhaps even eggs. At the same time, there often is pressure on cooperatives to have a cooperative booster in place, maybe even a gold booster. And often from cooperative side, there is pressure on the individual players to activate a personal booster. Now, if you're a lower level player and that is all the money you have, to be activating a lower level booster takes quite a bit of money out of your limited resources. And even when you do activate one of these boosters, it only lasts for a limited time, and then you need to spend the farm dollars or gold again to activate it, over and over again. So what if I tell you that there's a way that you can have a booster in place all the time for free? No. Yes, I know. Nothing in life comes for free. But in my opinion, when you pay the money, whichever kind of money that may be, once, and then it works forever after, without ever having to top it up, without ever breaking, that is almost as good as free. Very often, there is a tiny little thing that completely gets forgotten, and that is the acrobatic kite. Mine is currently on 47%, which means whenever I do any mission without activating anything, without spending any more farm dollars or gold, I have a 47% booster on reputation points, active non-stop, and that can be increased over time. The cooperative kite can be found in the trade center and bought for championship coins. Once it is bought, it can be upgraded. Yes, it looks like very little, and I think that is why so many people disregard it, because it's 1% at a time. But those 1% at a time add up. Big Farm is definitely not a quick game. It is not a short-term game. There is no speed running it, because there is no ultimate end game battle. You don't see how quickly you can get to the Ender Dragon and slay it, or get to the Zombos and defeat him. There is not a limited amount of chapters, and once you have completed chapter 3, then it is the end of the game. Big Farm is a long-term game, and therefore it pays to think more long-term. It is more like Wordle. You may get the word of today, but that doesn't mean that you've beat the game and it's all over, because tomorrow morning when you wake up, there'll be a new word for you to find in Wordle. Or, I'm going to say this, but like Candy Crush. Even when you reach the top level that is available at the moment, eventually the game developers will make new levels, and then you will still spend half your day being frustrated and stuck on the same place. Life lesson over. Back to the tip of the day. The first time that you need to buy the acrobatic kite, it is 13,125 championship coins. So on this tiny little farm, I'm still 6,000-ish coins away from it. And it may seem like a really long wait until you eventually get there. It also has a decoration value and village happiness too. And it's really small, it doesn't take up a lot of space. And depending on your server, it may take a fairly long time to get the necessary championship coins. This is slightly similar, than the multi-farmer. It will take some time to build it, but once you have it, it will increase your base reputation points with 5%. And with each consecutive upgrade of the garage machine, it will also give you an increased reputation points. It does not need to be activated like the Stackmaster and the Powerhouse does. Hang on, let's change farms again. Back on my bigger big farm. In the garage, for the permanent farm machines, once the multi-farmer is fully upgraded, it will always give you an increase of 85% for every single mission you do. Now, if you add up the 85% from the multi-farmer and the 47% that I currently have from my acrobatic kite, 85 plus 47, never do maths on camera, although technically this is just arithmetic, it's not maths. Where was I going? Oh yes, 85 plus 47 is 132. So 132% increase reputation point booster. Even if you max this, it doesn't get there. that would be the amount per hour together with that approximately-ish. No, 32. There is no way that I could spend that per hour. And yet, between the kite, which you can place down on any farm, by the way, I just chose to place it down on my flower farm because there's already so many other things that needs to be on the other farms. And the multi-farmer, I have that equivalent of booster working all the time. One last thing that I do have to mention is that there is more than one kite. I don't know if the other kites are still available in the shops, but the wild kite is just a plain decoration. The acrobatic kite is the only one that gives reputation points booster. So just be aware that when you buy a kite that you make sure you get the right one. And then let's go fly a kite and have fun farming.